I am by no means a cook, and I can't fail with this tool. My son who works at a meat locker talked me into buying a Sous Vide. I am the type of person that I would prefer to buy a better built tool if needed. So I went with a more expensive Joule and glad that I did. This is my first try and dinner came out perfect. Feels like a solid tool and the app is great. I would buy for someone that loves to cook. GT. This is not a review of Sous Vide as a cooking technique, but rather a review of why I love the Joule after using it for almost 4 months. The Joule is small, much smaller than other immersion circulators. I stay in an NYC apartment, which means that before I buy anything, I have to ask myself, where will I store this? The Joule fits in a kitchen drawer. Every immersion circulator has a minimum water depth required for it to work correctly and a maximum water depth beyond which you risk damaging the Joule has one of the lowest minimum depth requirements and highest maximum depth. This, combined with its magnetic foot, gives you enormous flexibility in choosing your sous vide container. You can choose the smallest pot you have, which fits both the Joule, did I mention it's really small? And your food, as long as it is magnetic. A small vessel means less water, which means that your water gets up to the desired temperature faster. Perfect for weeknight meals for 1 or 2. There are 2 cons to this device, however. If you are going to be cooking large amounts of food and are going to use a Canberra container or a beer cooler, the included hook will not cut it. You will need to buy the big hook from the manufacturer, which is an additional expense compared to competitors. The second con is that there are no onboard controls. Everything has to be controlled through the app. This is, however, a trade-off for the small size. Including onboard controls would have made the device much bigger. I don't think either issue was a deal breaker for me, but it's just something to keep in mind in case they matter to you. I purchased a 25 pounds cowboy rib steak that was 2+ inches thick. Cooking a steak of this size using the only technique I know, skillet plus oven, would have been a disaster. The steak would have been well done towards the edges and raw in the middle. Enter my first attempt at using a Sous Vide machine. Following the instructions on the Joule Sous Vide Android phone app, I filled a pot with warm water, let the Sous Vide heat the water to the desired temp, provided by T. Therefore, I used my newfound free time to bake potatoes, and cook other side dishes. At the 2-hour mark, I seared the steak with a cast iron skillet for 3 minutes on each side, and the results were straight out of the app images and advertisements. The inside of the steak, from edge to edge, was a perfect red medium rare color throughout the steak. All the juices were kept intact. Click the link under this video for more details, reviews and current pricing.